So when I was in school, like in 8th, 9th standard, I was made to take this aptitude test by the school. And the aptitude test said that I should, do CA or some kind of money investment kind of jobs. And I did choose commerce, not because of this aptitude test or like I was forced, like nothing of the sort. I chose to do commerce and I hated it. I hated it. And that's when I realized that those aptitude tests are based on our answers, and our answers are based on what we think we want to do or what we think we enjoy. And when we actually get into that field or when we start studying that field, we realize that this is not what we actually enjoy. Now, there are most of the people or some people who know exactly what they want to do from the get-go, and when they start studying that field or when they start working in that field, they even enjoy it. Now, I really envy such people, and I even find these people really lucky. But actually, I find people like you and me luckier because we have this opportunity to explore. We can explore all the options in the world, and in turn, we also explore ourselves. So when you talk about what you want to do when you grow up or what you want to do when you are an adult or whatever, people tend to talk about passion, like अपना passion follow करो यार. And people ask like, what's your passion? And it's a very simple question, yet I find it quite complicated. Because पहले तो passion एक चीज़ नहीं होती, it's not one dimensional. You can have multiple passions, but I'll get to that in a little bit. First, let's talk about how do you find passion. Because I believe that you don't find passion, you create it. Because think about it, you are going to sit in one place and be like, passion आएगा, passion आएगा, passion will come to me. No, that does not happen. You have to get out of your house, you have to explore, you have to try new things. Think of you being a kid in a playground. Okay, you enjoyed the swing maybe, but you hated the slide or a monkey bar. Also, when you think about this, also remember that your interests, like what you like and what you don't like, it's not like 100 or 0. These things are like in various degrees of intensity. So you may really enjoy the swing. I did. I sort of, on the same level, I kind of enjoyed the seesaw as well. Monkey bars, not so much. Hated it. My hands hurt. And swing was like okay, and what other stuff that were there, I don't even remember. So it's like in various degrees. Now, I'm not saying that like you tried all the different things in the playground, you have to try all the different fields, because that's quite humanly impossible. But what you can do in such situations is discard things that you definitely don't want to be. Like, for example, I don't want to be a scientist or an aeronautical engineer or a marine biologist or a teacher. Wait, I am a teacher. All I'm saying is that sometimes our interests change and our likes change. So just keep a lookout on that. This doesn't mean that you are indecisive or I'm indecisive. I said that I don't want to be a teacher, but then I did turn out to be a teacher because I needed flexibility and I also needed the money. So being a teacher was a good choice. So that way, just I'm giving my example, that way just keep a lookout on this. And it doesn't mean that we are indecisive. We are just matured. We have become matured. We have grown. We have evolved. As humans, we tend to do that. And that just means that we chose our happiness over what the society thinks, or stagnation, or being bored. Coming back to passion, thinking that you find passion is very limiting because it makes me feel that you have these set interests and disinterests and that's it. But it's not really the case. You have never tried golf, so you would not know if you would enjoy it, or you could be Tiger Woods or any golf player maybe. So my mom used to always say this, that you'll never know unless you try. But it's very frustrating to see these people doing what they've already decided to do. So I had a lot of my friends who were already studying to BC and they'd already decided to do MBA. So they were friends who were actually studying with their IPCC and CP, whatever the entrance exam for CA is. And I was there frustrated looking at them, envying them, and I just did not know. And I had law as a subject back then, so it piqued my interest. I took the bait actually, and I enjoyed studying it, and it was quite interesting as well. And I decided to be a lawyer. Not bad, right? I mean, you know what my mistake was? Actually, two mistakes. One, I had never actually seen how a court functions, or the inside of the court, nothing at all, because we have all seen the court in the Bollywood scenes, and those scenes just boil my blood now, ever since I've become a lawyer. The second thing was that I didn't ever meet a lawyer to actually find out if I'd like doing and if I would like being a lawyer. Also, I never actually introspected, and I never actually thought about my strengths and weaknesses, because I believe that to feel fulfilled, to be satisfied with what you are doing in the career that you're in, you have to enjoy the work. And it's not the job title like doctor or a clinical psychologist or a scientist or astrophysicist. These titles is not something that is going to give you joy or give you that satisfaction of working. It's actually the work characteristics, the work traits that resonate with you, that will actually make you enjoy the work that you're doing. So there are a lot of traits that will make me a good lawyer, or anyone will be good. So am I competitive? Do I have this winning streak? Am I argumentative? Not that every lawyer needs to be one, but do I like that? Am I that person? There are a lot of traits that will make a person a good lawyer, and I never asked those questions to myself to know if I will be fit to be one. Although I had two good traits. One was research. I built that, and second was drafting. My English is not that bad, so I was quite good at drafting too. Okay, besides the point, what I'm trying to say is that within the first month of working there, I just wanted to get out of that job. I just couldn't take it anymore. But then what happens is that we are taught, by the society, by our parents, grandparents, family members, everyone around us, even some of people from our generation as well, like 1 degree low, and then you work in that field only. And I know, I understand where these people are coming from. So I tried that. So I explored the legal field as whatever I could. So I tried the corporate law, working in the legal department in the company. I went back to litigation because as a 22-year-old and being an intern, maybe I didn't like it. But now I'm 25, and maybe I would like it now, because our interests change as we grow. I already mentioned that. And now that I was already a graduate, I had a legal license to practice. Yes, you need license to practice from the bar. It's like, appearing in court, talking to the judge, all that shazazz. And I thought maybe I would actually enjoy doing it. And it didn't feel like it was supposed to. I had these imaginations in my head, and it didn't fit those. And that's how I landed up in psych right now. And I started this YouTube channel, and I've met so many of my future colleagues. And I am exploring this field right now. I'm studying, not really exploring the field right now, but I'm definitely studying. And do plan to become a psychologist. Maybe if I do enjoy it, I don't make promises that I can't keep. So you may say that I have wasted so many years of my life. 10 years to be exact. But have I actually? Because would you say that all the experience that I've gained during these 10 years, was it worthless? I wasn't living under a rock, right? I was doing something with my life. The growth that I have gone through, the journey that I've been through, the personal development that has happened, does this all go waste? Won't you count all of this? Because my confidence has also increased immensely. Come on. I used to appear in High Court. Not every lawyer gets to do that. That does count for something, doesn't it? So, if I have to go back and tell my 18-year-old self, I won't tell her to do psychology, like stop your BCom shit and just, go and do FYB or whatever. I would not do that, because my journey is important. The path that I chose for the past 10 years is important. What I gained, what I lost, all of that is so important. It has made me the person I am right now. But what I would tell her is that pursue what interests you right now. You like law? Go do it. You like French? Go do that. Another thing is that our society just weighs everything in monetary terms. So if you are doing something, you are pursuing something, they will always ask you कि अच्छा इससे पैसे कैसे कमाओगे? You like playing guitar, you're learning to play a guitar, wow, nice बेटा, but इससे पैसे कैसे कमाओगे? You like videography? That's nice, that's a really nice interest, but keep this as a hobby because इससे पैसे कैसे कमाओगे? Don't let society hinder your process of finding your path, because society is not familiar with all the opportunities that we have right now. Like when I was 18, my viewers are from age 17 to 24. So जो 24 है, they may actually feel nostalgic about what I'm gonna say, but the 18 and 17-year-old bachas will not actually comprehend this really well. So when I was 18, when I was your age, there was nothing as YouTuber. Like YouTuber ऐसे कुछ नहीं था. Instagrammer, social media influencer, nothing of this actually existed. Like job तो दूर की बात है, this was not even a thing. Even when I was in college, like 11th, 12th, there were no smartphones. Like I used to have a dabba phone which had only FM radio in it. Internet तो दूर की बात है. So think about all the kinds of jobs like coder, programmer, web developer, graphic designer. Like these jobs only came about when the computer, the internet started existing or was invented. Imagine if nobody would have gotten into these fields, where would the world be? But these people did take the risk because it fulfilled them. They did not wait around till their interest became a successful job or a career in the eyes of the society. So to go over the whole video and how to figure out what you want to do with your life. So first is that explore as much as you can till you actually realize what interests you and what doesn't interest you. Then pursue it. Work hard on it. If you like playing guitar, learn to play a guitar. Maybe you would like to perform, maybe you would like to be in a band, maybe you would like to teach kids to play a guitar. You will never know if you never try. Third is that while you are working in the field that interests you, be observant and see what work traits you enjoy and that resonate with you and which don't. Because there are going to be some aspects that you may love and there may be some that you don't like at all, but they can be occupational hazards and you can be okay with it. So for example, if you like playing guitar and you actually like performing for a crowd, being in a band and everything, but you don't like moving around the world to perform for different crowds, maybe you don't like the traveling part of it. So knowing which aspect of the work you like and you don't like is important. Fourth is that know what your strengths and weaknesses are. Also know that they can change, because as you grow, as you learn new things, you are going to build skills, so they can change. Generally your sense of self, like your core sense of self, generally doesn't change. Like if you are an introvert, you are more likely to stay that way unless something drastic happens, like a traumatic event, maybe that can change parts of your core sense of self. Also remember that until the age of 21, your prefrontal cortex, which is like right behind your forehead, it's not fully developed. So that part of the brain actually makes decisions, judgments, planning for the future. So keep that in mind, that it's not completely developed till 21 years of age. Fifth and the last point is that don't think that it's too late, because it's not. You're not 80. The 80 se yaad hai that when I used to give my law exam, there was this one old man, like legit old, uske pure baal safed the, okay, he must be like what, 65, 70-year-old, and he was taking law exams with a bunch of 22-year-olds. So if a 70-year-old man can do it, then you are what, 24, 25, maybe 30 years old even. So what's stopping you? Because I believe that, what is that? Better late than never. देर आए दुरुस्त आए, you know. I'll ask you just one question. Do you want to be afraid, bored, stagnant? Because we can be that if we just follow the herd, you know, like drift along with them instead of finding our own path. Or do you want to be happy and feel fulfilled and satisfied with what you're doing because it feeds your soul? As always, like, subscribe. Let me know if you want a part 2 of this. I had so many things to say, but the video would have been way too long otherwise. Anyway, I'll see you next Friday with a psychology video for sure.